As a UX designer, I always wanted to build my own app. I have almost no software engineering experience. But after my favorite flight tracking app shut down, and I couldn't find anything to replace it on Android, which I used at the time, I decided to build my own app for that with AI. I started with a web version because that was easier and I just wanted to see if it's even possible. And spoiler alert, it was. So now I'm trying to make an actual mobile app and see is that even possible for me as a designer with no coding experience. So the app, which I really liked, was called App in the Air. You could record there all your flights, past, upcoming, and it would give you really rich statistics. It would give you your flights per year, overview of the airlines, aircrafts, airports. And the feature that I liked the most was a map of the globe, displaying all your flights and even the ability to add friends and on that globe compare your and your friends' flights. And I had all my flights there and a few friends as well, so it was really personal for me, and I really missed that app when it went bankrupt in, I think it was towards the end of 2024. So I searched for alternatives and I asked my friends too, but honestly the only good app I could find was for iOS. But for the Android that I was using at the time, I just couldn't find anything that would really fill this gap. And as I mentioned before, I really dreamed of building my own app because as a designer, I was at work designing different apps, but building my own and being fully in charge of that was something that I thought would be so cool. But yeah, without software engineering skills and knowledge, it felt impossible. And I was even thinking, should I learn coding? Should I learn software development? But alongside a full design job, it seemed almost impossible. But yeah, AI tools started emerging and I had the thought, could I finally make my dream come true? Basically, could I finally make my own app? So I started walking around, I started trying, and I made a video about that. How I tried first different tools and was very overwhelmed at first actually. I landed on Cursor and Cloud Code and it started to seem quite realistic to make something. So I started first with a web app, because web app is a lot easier than mobile app, which I eventually wanted to use, but I just wanted to prove it's possible and web app was a lot easier. The biggest barrier seemed to be the ability to search for flights in order to add flights, because you need good data sets for that. So I did a bit of research on free APIs that would give me access to this data. And as I was not ready to pay much for this yet, there were some limited options, but I found one free API. And I started building the core features, basically the statistics, the globe tab, flight overview. But the most exciting moment was for me when I exported my own flight history from the old app in the Air. I had to clean the data to put it in a certain format, but then I was able to import the flight data into my own app, and I could see my whole flight history on the globe of the app that I built. And that just felt crazy. It felt amazing. So from there, I was like, okay, you know what? It's possible. I could spend more time polishing this web app, but what I really want is to make the mobile app. And that is a lot more complicated. You need very specific set of tools. Of course, putting something on App Store and Google Play is quite a complicated process. On web, you can just publish very easily, but of own app, there is just a lot more steps and underlying technology that you need to kind of know how to go about. So I was really not sure, would this be something that I, with not that much development experience, can actually accomplish? But I, of course, wanted to try, because I knew that a web app would be something that is nice to have, but I actually want to use this on the go. So for me, mobile app was really the one that I would actually use myself. And again, I build it little by bit, all the core features, and you know what? It is working. I'm still in the process of refining it further and making more of it. Currently, I'm working on the friends feature and just making the app overall more polished. But ultimately, I want to make an app which also, is useful for other people. So here is my pitch. I want this app to do 3 things really, really well. One of the things how I also used App in the Air was that when I have some upcoming flights, I always just want all these flights to be in one place. So I want to not have to dig through emails or my calendar to find out when is my flight, when I'm trying to remember what date, what time. So I want this app to have a really good overview of your upcoming flights. That's the first one. The second thing I want this app to do really well is I want it to have really good statistics. And really good user experience because I'm designer of the statistic. I want a globe view where you can filter based on year, filter based on airlines, aircrafts, airports, and just nerd out about your flight history. And then the third thing, which is add friends and be able to compare your flights with your friends' flights. Yes, I know, this is very niche app for niche audience. It's not for everyone, but you know what? I'm a bit of a nerd about my flight history, and I have a friend who is too. And I know there are probably some more people who just track their flight in Excel sheets or in any other way they can, and they just nerd out about this. So hopefully this app can be for more people the app that I was missing when App in the Air went bankrupt. So as I said, I'm still in the process of making this app, but I want to do this in the public. That's why I started this YouTube channel. I want to build it with a community of people who might be interested in this. Maybe have a Discord server where all the people who use the app are free to join there. And I'm looking for early testers who would start using this app when it's ready and give feedback as it keeps developing and help me shape what this app becomes. I made a landing page, which is down in the description, where you can leave your email and sign up, and then I will share with you access to the app when it's ready. But even if you are not a flight nerd and you totally don't care about your flight history, or maybe you just don't fly that much, which is actually good for the planet, even then, feel free to follow this journey, because essentially it's about a designer who is building an app, maybe more apps in the future, who knows. And I just want to document here the process of how that is. So yes, this app is about tracking flights, but ultimately this channel is about building my own app. If this resonates with you, consider subscribing to follow for this journey. And if you like this video, consider leaving a like as well. It really does go very far in terms of motivating me to making these videos and make more of them. If you're curious about something specific about, a designer building an app, please leave it down in the comments. I would really like to know what people are curious about, so that can also shape the topics of the future videos. All right, this has been Ondra Builds. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.